The characters and events depicted in this podcast is for mere entertainment. Any similarity to actual persons, living or dead, or going through their third surgery is purely coincidental. Listen at your own risk.
Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Somos, the Next Generation. This is gonna be what I called a gap episode. So I've been trying to put episodes in between this sex trilogy that I've created, just to kind of like give some time for everybody to watch them, and also not just because of that, to give me the time to gather the people that I want to invite for the episode. So in the first two episodes, or the first two parts of the sex trilogy, it was only Daniel and I, and that's only because we our schedules and the people that we want to invite, their schedules don't match up with ours, so we have to record them by ourselves. But I would have loved to invite anyone, our friends, to have to share their point of views on the topics, on what we were talking about. So yes, welcome to this gap episode that I wanted to create. Also another thing that I actually haven't mentioned is our drinks. This is Friends, Booze, and Gossip, and I forgot to mention drinks today. I whipped up something out of the blue, or out of the pink, actually. Threw in some vodka, some pomegranate, soda water, and some pink lemonade, and created something. I don't know how great it is, but I'll let you know. Hold on. Okay, not bad. But anyways, welcome back to a new episode, and I hope you guys have enjoyed the first 5 episodes of our third season. And remember, next week we will bring you the third and final part of our sex trilogy. And it's going to be a very interesting topic, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. And I hope I can gather the person or our friend to be present to record that episode. That way we have a third point of view on the topics. So let's hope for that. Or maybe I can even create this trilogy, transform it, evolve it, and make it a saga instead of a trilogy. So instead of being 3 parts, it can be several parts. And why not? It'll be like the Fast and the Furious. At this point, it's probably like we'll create the Fast and the Furious 15th or something. Anyway, for this episode's going to be called The Battle of the Sexes. So, I want to kind of jump off of what I like to talk about when I record by myself. Just serious topics, quote unquote, topics that I can talk about by myself, in a sense, to share my opinion about it, as opposed to, jumping back and forth, ping-ponging the opinions from like Daniel and I or something, Anyway, so this is the Battle of the Sexes. So, what I want to talk about is the double standards, I guess. Double standards of what men do, double standards of what women do, and that people see it like, I guess they take it the wrong way, or they criticize it for being of the sex they are, So, why is it important to discuss the double standards? Well, I feel like throughout the years, I've realized the biased conception that we have. I will start with men. So the biased conception we have of men. So, don't get me wrong. When we go out with our friends, at the clubs, men get a little tipsy and they get a little nasty, and they do start, I guess what they're trying to do is compliment a woman. And believe me, we always have to acknowledge when a woman is pretty. We have to acknowledge their beauty. And I don't blame the men for checking them out, but sometimes I feel like the men, eh, they do become kind of nasty, and it's like, yeah, you no, no, boy. So from what I've heard, women don't like to be checked out. I think they take it the wrong way, and obviously there's some women, that like to be, how do you say it? They like being complimented, quote unquote. And it doesn't hurt anybody to take a glimpse of another person's body. Checking them out from head to toe, acknowledging, um, I guess, their beauty, their whatever calls the attention. But like I said, I feel like men don't know the difference, or don't know, or maybe they don't try hard enough to differentiate between being creepy and like nasty and perverty, to be sensuous and being, trying to give out a compliment. So they probably don't see it. Um, when they become kind of like gross, that's when it's all wrong. It's like, yeah, no. So men, hear me out. There's nothing wrong with checking out a woman. There's nothing wrong with saying, "Wow, what a nice body." I don't think. I don't. I mean, I don't know. I really can't speak for the heterosexuals out there, but like, I don't know if it's a positive thing to point out the boobs or the ass or things like that. I don't know. I don't know if that's appropriate. I don't think that's something a woman would like to be complimented about. Like, hey, nice boobs. Like, that's kind of weird. But yeah, man, be sensuous about it. Just appreciate the body, appreciate women, just appreciate the outs of beauty. That then maybe it'll give you a chance to appreciate the inside. And then the woman will give you the chance to get to know her and things, and um, yeah. So I mean, we do criticize the men for doing that, but hey, 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 you know, men are not the only ones who do it. There's also the women who check out men. They also acknowledge the ass, the physique, or if they can tell, they'll bulge. They acknowledge that. So here's the thing. Here's where the double standards kicks in. The biased conception that I'm trying to discuss. So I know it's a complicated situation. So why is it okay for women to check him out and for men not to check him out? It's the double standard that because you're men, you can't bitch about a woman, checking you out or complimenting you on physical things, if that makes sense. So that's what I want to talk about. Women do some things that men do, but because they're women, might seem okay, and because they're men, it might not seem okay. So it's a ping-ponging battle between the sexes, and it's something that you just have to meet halfway. So that's on that kind of aspect. For gay men and women, I think there's a similar situation going on. I mean, of course, straight men aren't the only ones who check out other guys or check out other people. Gay men do it. As a gay man, you see a hot guy walking in, and you see their body head to toe and in between and around, and under and all over, and you know, but I feel like, I mean, I personally, and I won't deny it, I personally, you know, there's nothing wrong with checking out other people, take a glimpse, and that's fine. But there's a difference between taking a glimpse and like really like eye fucking the person. You know, that's when things go south, and it's like, yo, like there's a limit. You know, you can't. There's nothing. I see. This is why the discussion is a bit complicated. You know, um, because you know you look at the guy, you know, and that's, you know, you want to admit that the guy's freaking hot, you know, or you want to admit the guy's cute as fuck, and you want to hopefully, you know, I don't know, but you know, I guess what I'm trying to say, the difference in this is, you know, with gay men and straight men, with gay men checking out men in general. So of course, you know, we know when a guy is straight, and the only thing that we can do is, you know, just kind of like not fantasize, but just, you know, acknowledge it, because you know at the end of the day that perhaps, and I want to say perhaps because, you know, nowadays you never know. You can just that's all you can do. It's just, you know, you can just fantasize in your head, and that's it. Stop it. You know, there's nothing wrong with that. Let's see. There was one thing that I wanted to share in regards that, and it kind of just left my mind. It left my head and in my thoughts. So maybe that's the aspect of the battle of the sexes that I want to talk about. Just the checking out the people, you know, checking each other out. Check each other out. There's nothing wrong. Compliment yourself. Compliment others. Acknowledge their beauty, their physique. That's great. You know, when you see a guy that's, you know he goes to the gym and he looks, you know, great. You know, compliment that. You know, it takes hard work to get to a physical body like that, you know. But just don't take it to the extreme where you want to fantasize and like I fuck him and like make the person uncomfortable. That's when you kind of have to stop. When you make the person uncomfortable, that's when you know you have to take a step back and perhaps just, you know, joke about it in between your friends and all. But that's it. You know, don't make it a ongoing thing, because then, you know, it kind of becomes creepy. And this goes out for both men and the women. You know, the double standard that just because you're women you can do it, and because you're men you can't. So there has to be a balance, and there has to be an in between in all this. That also goes with the act of maybe hoeing it. You know, it's, I guess in this case, it's the exact opposite for the men and for the women. You know, man checks out a woman, like creepy. Woman checks out the man, ha ha ha. And in the part of maybe exploring and, you know, just expressing your sexuality, women who hoe it, oh my gosh, you're a whore. But men who do it all the time and sleep with all the women they can find wherever, like, wow, dude, like, good job, bro. Like, I want to be like you. Like, no. That's what also where we should meet halfway. What's wrong with expressing their sexuality? What is wrong with women being able to express their sexual needs? Like, there's nothing wrong with that. Everybody gets horny. Everybody wants, you know, action in their life. They want. Why not? Why do women have to look for a man and like just look for love and get married and live happily ever after? that's great. If the person finds the love of their life, and they marry till eternity and they die, blah 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 blah. But if you don't want to get married and just want to just enjoy yourself, enjoy your single life, and enjoy yourself, and go out there and have all the sex you want, why not? What is wrong with that? There's nothing wrong with that. Why is it wrong? Why is it seen as a bad thing to express your sexuality, especially for women? Men do it all the time. Men can do it all anytime. Men have been doing it forever. Fucking all the women out there, fucking all the men out there, and obviously gay men and straight men, they're fucking anybody that they can, that they want, and that's not seen as a bad thing, But women can't do it because they're seen as whores. They're seen as they have a low morale, and it's like, why? Like, why can't they fuck as many people, as many guys they want, just like women fuck, just like men fuck all the women they can? Like, no. There has to be in the between, and there's nothing wrong with expressing sexuality, Like, I think I was having a conversation. I think this was with my mom and my godmother. We were just having a conversation about this person that we know, and of course I won't mention names because that's silly. And this person, she separated from her husband, which, by the way, he left her for some other woman, which then she left him all broke, and now he has another family, and so she was like, well, fuck it, I'm gonna go out, I'm gonna go have fun, like, just have a great time in my life. But they're seeing this as a, like, dude, how is somebody gonna love you if you go out to the same bar and you come home with somebody else, with somebody new? And it's like, who gives a fuck? Like, what's wrong with that? Like, she spent about over 20 years with this person that at the end of the day, excuse me, vehicle, I'm in the middle of a podcast episode. Please do not make your noise right now. Anyways, she was with this person for 20 years, and he decides to leave the family behind. I mean, the kids grew up now. They're over 18 years old, and she wants to have fun. She wants to enjoy her life. What's wrong with that? What? Because she's a 40-year-old now, and a 50-year-old person? Like, why? What's wrong with that? There's nothing wrong with that. Let her enjoy her life. If she wants to have sex with whoever she wants, why not? Fuck it. She spent 20 years with the same person, like, and he decides to leave her. Why not? And then this guy comes over here and he says, oh, this is why I left her, because, she was already sleeping with some other guy. Like, dude. Like, boy, I know your history. Don't do that. That's a low blow, and no. Nobody, no. No, that's not how things work here. And that's not how things happen. So no. But you see, I don't know why it seemed like such a bad thing for women to be able to, be sexually active without being criticized or being judged by these close-minded people. Like, no. If you want to be monogamous and be happy in your marriage, by all means, go for it. Like, you do you, sweetie. That's great. But if the person is single and has nothing else to worry about but herself, like, let her be. Why not? There's nothing wrong with that. Same thing with men. Men do it all the time. Like, there's nothing wrong to be seen, have a relationship, and it ended, and now you have another one, and like, or you have a fuck buddy. Like, there's nothing wrong with that. Why? Why does it have to be seen like a bad thing? Like, no. It's one of the things that I think kind of frustrates me. The masculinity out there, because this also leads back to the way, men have paved the thoughts of people, the way religion has paved the minds of the people, the way politics has shaped the minds of the people, and honestly, like fuck what's okay, fuck what's normal, what has to be what's written in the book of how you're supposed to live a life. You're check out all the people you want without judgment. Obviously, don't be creepy. Have sex with all the people you want. Obviously, be safe as well because there's diseases out there. Like like Coach Carter says, you will get chlamydia. So like, there's no need to be biased. There's no need for this double standard, for this double conception of the sexes. Be men, be woman, be men, be women. Enjoy your lives, enjoy your sexuality, live, be out there, go out there. Like, life is too short to be living it according to what other people think. It's too short to be going around and having to push yourself back because of what other people might say. Like, fuck that. If you see a fucking cute guy and he makes eye contact with you, go for it. Fuck it. Maybe you'll be lucky, maybe it'll work out and y'all end up together for forever, for eternity, and you'll get married and have kids. Or maybe it's just a one time thing, you just fuck him, it didn't work out, or maybe he'll just be a fuck buddy. Fuck it. Oh well, enjoy life. Anyways, guys, I didn't plan for this to go on longer than 15 minutes, but apparently it did. But anyways, thank you so much for listening to me. Thank you for keep watching in our episodes. Don't forget to check out the other episodes from the other seasons, or seasons 1 and 2. You can always find the playlist on YouTube on our channel. It's almost the next generation. And I think I'm gonna wrap this up now. But thank you so much. We will be back, and we will be back with the final part, or part 3 of our sex trilogy. So that's going to be an interesting topic. And what I want to talk about, and I'm going to title it, is tops, bottom, and everything in between. So wait for it. All right, guys. Thank you so much, and we'll be back.